Hi guys, in this video you're going to learn why you keep saying yes even though you actually want to say no. What is it doing to you and your relationships, and how to finally break that pattern and say yes with the confidence. My name is Lena Thompson and I'm the founder of Free to Be You Methods, where I teach you how to build unshakable self-trust, say what you really want, ask what you want, and stop allowing other people's moods and reactions dictate how you feel, what you say, and what you do. So think about the last time when you agreed to do something that you didn't really want to do. Maybe a friend asked you to go out and all you wanted to do was just to stay at home and get some nice food, maybe watch Netflix, but you didn't want to disappoint your friends. So you agreed and you went out. And then you spent half the night checking what time is it time to go home yet, and wait and wishing you didn't come out with them. Or maybe somebody convinced you to go on a long hike where you didn't really feel like it. But again, you agreed because you did not want to be difficult. You did not want to disappoint them. And then a few hours into the hike, your feet hurt, you're tired, and you pissed off, secretly thinking, why the heck did they drag me into this? But they didn't drag you. You said yes. You made the decision. And now you are annoyed at them for the decision that you actually made. And we do this all the time. We convince ourselves that we're keeping peace, that we're just being easygoing, we're making someone else happy. But look at what actually happening. You don't have a good time. You just want to go home. You don't want to be on that hike. And the other person is probably feeling that you don't want to be there. So now neither of you is actually enjoying themselves. And when you keep doing this over and over and over, when you keep minimizing your needs, you actually become quite resentful. You start building the judgments. You start feeling like your needs are not important. And while, you're constantly bending backwards for others, they don't seem to do the same thing for you. And when you feel that, it's really hard on any relationship, because how can someone even meet your needs when you're actually not telling them what you need and what you want? Because if you're constantly saying it's fine when clearly it isn't fine, if you are always agreeing to keep peace, if you're saying yes when you really want to say no, if you never ask for what you need and you keep minimizing your needs because, God forbid, they will think that you are too much or too needy, people will get used to it, right? You have been teaching them with your actions that no matter what, you will adjust, you will accommodate, you will be the flexible one. And that's when you then feel frustrated and sad and hurt, because nobody really seems to consider what you actually want and what you need. So, why do we keep doing this? Why do we keep abandoning ourselves? And also, what is saying something as simple as, no, it doesn't work for me. Why does it feel so difficult? So, a lot of this behavior starts a lot earlier than where we are now. Because if growing up you were called selfish for having certain needs, for saying what you want, or maybe you were called, like you were saying, you were difficult for sharing your opinions, or maybe you were not even allowed to have your opinions. If your parents got angry or disappointed with you when you didn't do what they wanted you to do, and somehow you became responsible for how they felt because they had no relationship with their emotions, you learned pretty quickly that it's safer to do what they wanted you to do than deal with what will happen if you didn't do that. And as a child, that coping mechanism protected you, it kept you safe. The problem is, you are now 30, 40, 50, whatever years old, and you're still running the same coping mechanism, except now it is not protecting you. It is actually on the way of the relationship that you really want. Because when you are filtering and adjusting and editing yourself, when you keep minimizing your needs, when you're preempting everyone else's reactions before you even open your mouth, it becomes an extremely exhausting way to live a life. And that's why building self trust is so important. And what I mean by self trust is not a confidence. Self trust is being able to say, I don't know how they're going to react. I don't know how this thing will turn out. I don't know if I'll even have the friends in my life after what I say, but I know I will be okay no matter what. Because when you really trust it, you say no without writing 5 paragraph explanation afterwards. Can anyone relate? I've certainly done that. You say no, then you over explain. You can still feel scared, worried, or anxious, but still walk away from a situation, from a relationship that does not feel right for you. And you have no problem saying, actually, I don't want this, and leave it there. And self trust is built in those tiny little micro moments. It's built every time when you keep a promise to yourself. Every time when you allow someone to be disappointed with you without rushing to fix it. When you stay present with the discomfort instead of changing your decision to be more accommodating and more easygoing. Every time when you say no and you stand by it, and then you see that the world did not end. And that is building evidence. The evidence that you can handle the discomfort and be okay with it. That someone can disagree with you and you will survive. That somebody being angry or disappointed with you does not mean that you have done something wrong. And the more you do it, the more you prove to yourself that no matter what happens, you've got you. You will be okay. You've survived much worse. And this isn't something that you just do as a one off, right? It's something that you practice every single day. You start catching yourself. As soon as you're agreeing with something that deep down you know isn't right for you, you catch that. When you are committing to something you don't want to do, you catch that. When you are about to say yes because it just feels so much easier and more comfortable than say no, you catch that. And then you choose differently every single time, and you do it again and again and again. And when you slip, and you will, and that's okay, you try it again. It's just like building a muscle: repetition, repetition, repetition. And eventually you get to the place where you don't have to spend days, hours working yourself up to ask for something, to communicate your needs, to have that conversation. It becomes so much easier. And you start allowing other people to have whatever reactions they want to have, because that reaction is not something you control, it belongs to them. And then you allow yourselves to have your choices, because choices belong to you. And that is what real freedom is: being fully yourself without needing anyone else to be okay with it. So, guys, let me know in the comments, where in your life does saying no feels the hardest for you, and where you are minimizing your needs, and how that makes you feel. And lastly, if this video resonated with you, please consider subscribing to my channel, and of course, like and share it with anyone you think will benefit from it. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.